Welcome to Judge of Ghana TV. Akwa Baba, Judge of Ghana TV so.
In this episode of Judge of Ghana TV, we talk about the new Chief Justice who has just been vetted, Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. And what a political drama we had during his vetting, which was marred by walkouts by the New Patriotic Party, the opposition New Patriotic Party, and a lot of bickering between New Patriotic Party and National Democratic Congress. And because of the supermajority of the National Democratic Congress, who are the ruling political party in Ghana, despite the walkout, they still vetted the new Chief Justice, Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. Now, what is important about the vetting of this new Chief Justice is he's actually proposed some really key reforms in the judiciary. And in this episode of Judge of Ghana TV, we're going to go through that. I would like you to like, share, subscribe, and certainly comment. And make sure you press that notification bell so we can grow this channel. Let's take a deep dive into the matter. The vetting of Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie as Ghana's newest Chief Justice was indeed a political drama, marked by a dramatic walkout, heated clashes, and a controversial approval pushed through by the majority National Democratic Congress caucus. Here's a full breakdown of the event and the ensuing reactions. The political showdown in Parliament. The stage was set for conflict even before the vetting began, with the process shadowed by the controversial removal of the former Chief Justice, Gertrude Torkornoo. Here's how the drama unfolded. The minorities protest. The disputed nominee clash. Tensions ignited when the minority leader referred to Justice Baffoe-Bonnie as a disputed nominee who benefited from an opaque removal process. The majority leader, Mahama Ayariga, immediately objected, citing parliamentary standing orders to argue that the issue was not settled. The committee chairman sided with the majority and expunged the minority's comment from the official record. Majority forges ahead. After the minority walked out, the National Democratic Congress majority committee proceeded with the vetting alone. They successfully approved the nominee, with the full parliament expected to adopt the report. So it's clear, the ruling National Democratic Congress don't need the New Patriotic Party to push through things in Parliament, and they've proved it. They're just superfluous to Parliament at the moment, paving the way for his swearing in. A key factor in resolving the impasse was the withdrawal of the legal challenges by the former Chief Justice, which the government cited as validation of the process. Kindly go to www.kofi.com/Coachra, download these two free ebooks. The first ebook is on 365 days of leadership daily devotional, and the other book is on corruption in the 54 countries of Africa. What people are saying, the event sparked strong reactions from politicians and the public, highlighting a deep political divide. The minority stance. The New Patriotic Party caucus defended their walkout, insisting they could not participate in a flawed process. They accused the majority of using their numbers to intimidate and frustrate proper procedure, claiming the judiciary was being turned into a political project. The chairman's cryptic message. After the chaotic session, the committee chairman, Bernard Ahiafo, posted a cryptic message on social media. Never honor a fight on your father's farm when you know so well that it's your father's crop that will be destroyed. This was widely interpreted as a commentary on the destructive nature of the political fight, with some noting that when two elephants fight, it is the ground that suffers. Public skepticism and concern. Among citizens, the event deepened concerns about judicial independence. A retired civil servant, Efwa Sewa, expressed a common sentiment. The way the last Chief Justice was removed was not fair. If the beginning of the process is wrong, how can we trust the new person?
This is a story about control. My control.
A student, Emefa Adom, captured the feelings of alienation. The politicians are fighting about who gets to control the judges, not about making justice better for us, the people. There you have it. And I think the points that were expressed by the public are genuine, because it's all about control. Who controls the judges? I put my Chief Justice there, so I control them and I'll push everything I want through in the courts because my Chief Justice is in position. And is that how we want Ghana to go? The same with New Patriotic Party. When they had their opportunity, they were working all their diabolical plans through the then Chief Justice, Tokonu, Gertrude Tokonu. I would like you to help us grow this channel by liking, sharing, subscribe, and press that notification bell so that we can notify you of new content. The nominee in the spotlight. Amid the political turmoil, Justice Baffoe-Bonnie himself faced sharp scrutiny. Dismissing political links, he rejected suggestions that his nomination was a political reward for his role in the 2013 election petition that upheld President Mahama's win, stating, "I will be disappointed if my only qualification were that I voted for the president in 2013. He based his qualification on his 17 years of experience on the Supreme Court bench. Acknowledging a crisis, the nominee openly admitted that public confidence in the judiciary has waned, citing delays in justice and the perception of corruption. In a controversial remark, he stated, "The judiciary is as corrupt as the people who man it, and the people who man it are as corrupt as the ordinary Ghanaian," explaining that intermediaries often exploit the system. Pledging reforms, he pledged to lead a judiciary that is not just a legal interpreter, but one capable of elevating the conscience of the nation. He proposed reforms like promoting alternative dispute resolution to reduce case backlogs and improve efficiency. The final gavel. While the NDC, National Democratic Congress majority, successfully used its numbers to vet and approve the new Chief Justice, the process has intensified a crisis of public confidence. The new Chief Justice now bears the heavy burden of leading a judiciary whose perceived independence has been shaken, all while trying to implement the very reforms needed to restore the public trust. Now, I want us to look at the proposed reforms that Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie has made public. Let's take a look at the reforms proposed by Justice Baffoe-Bonnie. Electoral justice. Move general elections to November 7th from December 7th, creating a 57-day window to fully resolve election petitions before the January 7th inauguration. Already I can see that Justice Baffoe-Bonnie's proposal to move the election from 7th December to 7th November is going to be rebuffed. This is not something that he can push through because it will not be accepted by the Electoral Commission of Ghana because we've always voted on the 7th of December. So his first proposal is a question mark, to say the least. Judicial efficiency and technology. Use electronic service of court documents via digital addresses and phones. Cut document serving time from a week to about 3 days, speeding up petitions. Transparency and accountability. Implement clear case assignment rules, performance dashboards, and stream court proceedings. Make judicial processes more predictable, efficient, and open to public scrutiny. The context for reform. Justice Baffoe-Bonnie's reform proposals come at a critical time. He takes office amid a significant public confidence crisis in Ghana's judiciary, with many citizens perceiving the courts as corrupt and political disputes casting a shadow over the appointment process itself. His pledge is to lead a judiciary that is not only a legal interpreter, but also actively works to elevate the nation's conscience. The key part of his vision involves ensuring access to justice is fair and impartial, serving both the weak and restraining the powerful. He also aims to promote the use of alternative dispute resolution, ADR, to help reduce case backlogs and improve overall efficiency. So there you have it. This is the full story about the new Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, His Lordship Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. I hope you enjoyed it and it's giving you a clearer idea. But as I said, as I was going through this, I don't think his proposal to move the election from 7th December to 7th November will fly. I don't think any of the candidates who are going to be on the ballot paper for the presidency of the Republic of Ghana in 2028 are going to permit this to happen. It will not, it's a non-starter. And I think that, personally, I think we should leave everything on the December 7th, because that's what we've done. Otherwise, I don't think it's fair to change the dates. No. We've managed perfectly fine, whether disputes or not, we've managed perfectly fine in Ghana with the 7th of December election date. Let's just keep it at that. So that is my viewpoint. Other than that, he's made the suggestions. Let's see how they all pan out in actuality when they're implemented and if they're implemented. But I believe that the politicians are manipulating the judiciary. And they've been manipulating the judiciary over the last 33 years to their advantage. And it's not benefiting the citizens of the Republic of Ghana. So we need judicial independence. And this reminds me of a proposal that Alan John Kwejo made in his Great Transformational Plan, that the appointment of the Chief Justice of the Republic should not be done by the President. It should be given out and be outside of the remit of the President. He has actually proposed having two chambers, and the upper chamber, like the House of Lords in the UK, will do those appointments. And it will bring more independence in terms of who is chosen to head up organizations like the judiciary. So I think it is something that's worth looking at. And can I add something? I want to talk about the smaller political parties. I believe that if you look at the smaller political parties like Dr. Hassan Ayarega's All People's Congress, and you look at the newest political party in town, which is Alan Chermatin's United Party Plus. If you look at the current discourse, what is happening in terms of the discourse, when you turn your TV on, go to social media, and you look at the discourse with the traditional stations and radio stations and TV stations, you will notice that the communicators of the United Party Plus are very active on these shows, and they are making a very good contribution to the discourse, political discourse in Ghana. However, we've had a lot of political parties which have been there for a very long time, for many, many years. And you never get any of their communications people talking on these media. I think that is partly the problem with the All People Congress, Dr. Hassan Ayarega's organization. The only notable face that we know from the All People's Congress is Dr. Hassan Ayarega. But I don't know any communicator. If you know any communicator from the All People's Congress, please kindly let me know in the comments below. But I don't know any communicator from the All People's Congress except Dr. Hassan Ayarega. And you see, I'm of the school of thought that it might be worth the smaller political parties coming together, being united as one, so that this call for a third force can be stronger, because we, the people of Ghana, especially the youth of Ghana, are not satisfied with the performance of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, especially on three key issues. And these key issues are: one, Galamsey, illegal mining Galamsey. Two, the porous borders and the influx of illegal foreigners. Illegal foreigners in Ghana. There are so many of them because our border controls are poor. Our border control persons, our immigration people, prefer to take monies and allow busloads of people who are not documented to enter Ghana through the bus services coming from Lagos and other African countries. So that is one of the ways that these undocumented individuals enter the country. If they were taking the aeroplane, they would have to have a passport. But when they're coming by road, they can pay extra, and the transport companies will bring them in without any documentation. And I think the extra money must go to the immigration people at the borders so that they turn a blind eye. So we have a problem in the influx of illegal immigrants or illegal foreigners in Ghana, undocumented foreigners. And that has to be sorted out because it's now become the burden. If it was there before under the new patriotic party, is now the burden of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the National Democratic Congress, who are the ruling party in Ghana, to see to these two issues. And the third issue is, the success of Operation Recover or Loot. These are the three key issues that I think is going to determine what happens in 2028. And I think that as part of the conversation with the run-up to the candidates wanting to be elected in 2028, they would have to speak to the people of Ghana and explain what their policies, how they're going to, improve the controls of immigrants and how they're going to eradicate illegal immigrants to Ghana, because a lot of criminal activities are done by these illegal undocumented immigrants. So even when they commit crimes, there's no way to trace them because they are basically nameless, faceless people in Ghana doing all sort of, clandestine, kululu, shady business. And they obviously got co-conspirators in some Ghanaians who are offering them a hiding place and offering them accommodation and also offering them jobs, which they pay them by mobile money. So they don't have to pay any national insurance contributions or taxes. They basically pay them on the tabletop. So these are the issues that need to be addressed. So I think the three key issues are immigration controls. I'm saying most because water is life. Immigration control is next two. So first it's Galamsey illegal mining. Two, it's immigration control and the undocumented foreigners in Ghana and even the Igbo King in Ghana issue, because it's all linked to that. Because somebody who has made it public by his own utterances that he's part of the indigenous people of Biafra, a terrorist organization, he's a member. And he has set up an Igbo-only speaking school in Ghana. In the area, he said he has bought 50 acres of land. And he has turned his mouth around and is now saying he never bought the land. Such a person is a big fat candidate for deportation by his own utterances. And in law, ignorance is not an excuse. The fact that he didn't know that you can't become a king in Ghana and called himself a king, he has already erred. He has already broken the law. And it shouldn't be spared, because if as a citizen of Ghana, we break the law, ignorance will not be used as an excuse on us. We will suffer the penalties. And this is what's happening. Ghanaians are lenient on foreigners when they commit crimes or do illegality, but they are very hard on Ghanaians who also make mistakes and claim that they didn't know, they were ignorant. The law will treat you harshly. So these are the three issues. The third issue is Operation Recover or Loot. If Ghanaians don't see significant recovery of the monies and people going to jail for their heinous crimes, heinous corruption, procurement fraud crimes, then 2028 is open for all. And for the small parties to have a chance, they need to be united. For the small parties to have a chance in 2028, they need to be united, because when they're united, they're going to be a force. And Dr. Hassan Ayariga if he can be united with United Party Plus, Dr. Hassan Ayariga's All People Congress, if they can be united with United Party Plus, they can leverage off the competent communication team of the United Party Plus. They can work together hand in hand and introduce the major issue of undocumented illegal immigrants and illegal persons in Ghana, and this whole Igbo King in Ghana issue, and really put a solid case together, because they have communicators who can communicate the message. See, the problem that Dr. Hassan Ayarga is having is he's championing this Igbo King in Ghana deportation matter and the eradication of undocumented persons, whether they are Nigerian, they are Chinese, or whatever they are, country they're from. He's championing that cause, but he doesn't have, or we don't see visible communicators from his party on television talking to the issues and bringing the issues up. I think that is one of the reasons why we're not hearing a lot, and it's only the people, the bloggers on social media who are pushing, and people like Kweku Annan of the Frontline Ghana, who works for CTV. These are the only people who are pushing this, looking at ECOWAS and whether Ghana should be part of ECOWAS and all that. Nobody else is pushing it because there are no communicators who come on national TV in the mornings or radio in the mornings to talk about these issues. That is why it's not happening. So let's Dr. Hassan Ayariga link up with Alan John Kwejo Chiramatin and see how they can work together. Because that might give them a good chance in 2028. So this is all I have to say about the matter. And if you like this type of content, I'd like to like, share, subscribe, and certainly comment. And when you subscribe, don't forget to press that notification bell. See you in the next episode. And all I can say is Ghana first, always. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode. Bye.